just centering ourselves. We got a couple minutes before the service actually starts. We want to get everybody on the Zoom and stuff. So one more nice deep breath. Knowing that we are here in oneness, that everything is the perfection of God, and we can let go and just be, which we don't give ourselves a chance to do all week long. But here we get that opportunity. Oh. Ignore that. It's all in your head. Yeah, exactly. Where else would it be? All right, Daille, let's do this.
Whoa, the Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa, the Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa, the Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa, Spirit of God is upon me. Join me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes. Oh, everybody. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. Scripture told me that I had to be good. But now I love because I want to. I love because I am free, guided by the Spirit. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes, it is. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 Oh, I don't need any prodding. I don't need any law. I want to sing with all my heart. God is my all and all. I let go of my burden. Loving God has made me free. God lets out the Spirit. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes, it is. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh. thought it was my duty, thought it was my job, and I believed that loving God would be so hard. Loving God is wonderful. Loving God is ecstasy. I thank God for my freedom. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes, it is. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Everybody. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon. Keep singing. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon. In Africa. Oh, the Spirit of God is in Asia. Oh, the Spirit of God is in America. The Spirit of God is in America. Oh, the Spirit of God all around the world. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, 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 the Spirit of God is upon me.
Welcome. Welcome to the Spirit of God place. Of course, that's every place we are, right?
Yes.
We know that. But we're celebrating that today, and we're paying attention, putting our attention on the truth of our being. So welcome to our service. We're really, really happy that you're here.
So if you'll repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
And so it is.
So it is.
So let's take a nice deep breath, breathing in that abundance, that peace, that joy, that love, that divinity. Feel it. Feel the presence of the divine right here, right now, right where you are. You are filled with that presence, that joy, that peace, that love, that health, that support, that understanding that is the divine. That givingness that gives before we even think about asking. Knowing that this is the activity of God. That we let go and let God. For the divine is orchestrating this entire service. So we can sit and be in that presence, in that love, in that oneness. Knowing that Reverend Christina and Reverend Paul step aside and allow the divine to flow through. They let that divinity that is their birthright flow through, that is all of our birthright. Knowing that Daille channels the divine through the piano, through the organ, and through her singing. That the talk washes over the congregation and uplifts and uplevels. That we get to be here in peace, in joy, in community with the people that we love dearly. We get to join in this love and peace, this expansion, this truth, this worthiness, knowing that we are worthy of all of the good of the divine, and it is showered upon us. And this service is just one example of that. And that we look for all the good in the universe. It is there for us to see. As we find it, we look for it, we know it, we attract it, we are it. And in this knowingness that we are the beloved of the beloved, and that our lives are extraordinary because we stand in the divine. And in this knowingness, we know the truth of who we are. And together we say, and so it is.
Good morning, everyone. I hope that you can please join me in whatever I'm singing and meditate on it. We're feeling freedom today and creativity. And always remember that the words are in your bulletin, so you can always feel free to look in there. And people at home, please feel free to join as well. This is Pour Yourself in Me. And you want the Spirit to come into your whole being and wash over you. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Whoa, whoa, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful. Shine your light in me. Shine your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, shine your light in me. Shine your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, dance and smile in me. Dance and smile into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, dance and smile in me. Dance and smile into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful. Pour yourself. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wonderful Spirit.
Today is an, the reading today is an excerpt and adaptation from The Art of Life by Ernest Holmes. God is all life, all action, all power, and all presence. God is pure spirit that animates your every act. There is a real you that lives in a real God, and the two are one. To know this is to understand the secret of life, and upon this we draw our creative inspiration. Every yearning you have ever had, every secret desire or constructive ambition is a whispering of this life, assuring that you are one with it. You are a concrete manifestation of it. You are a center where life passing through you becomes an individualization of itself. If you take time daily to sense the presence of life within you, then the life that you have known will disappear gradually and something new will emerge. You will pass from death into life, from lack into freedom, from fear into faith. You will pass into a realization of oneness with everything, and you will rejoice in this oneness. You will discover that when you recognize this life in others, it will respond back to you through them in loving ways. We often identify ourselves with the fantastic pictures of our morbid dreams, living a life that binds us and holds us hostage to circumstances. Yet the ropes that bind us are but ropes of shifting sand. Let us cease to wonder what made our inner machinery go out of order, and instead spend our time in the realization that there is a divine mechanic at the center of our being. We can cleanse our mental health, our mental house. You can get a new tenant who knows that he lives as the infinite presence. The power that is life is in you, and if you attend to this power, it will guide you. If you wish to realize freedom, you must become the master of your own thinking. Turn your thoughts away from lack and let them dwell on the goodness of reality. Learn to think about what you wish to become. You have free will. You can so fully recognize the presence of life in everything that you can create new circumstances in your life. You can do this here. You can do this now, and you can do it quickly. Then you must decide to think happiness. You must commit to know peace. You have this power. You can lift your thoughts and let your life be whatever you wish it to be. Everything proceeds from the one self, and you are not separate from it. You must resolve to watch your thoughts and to rearrange them after a more divine pattern. This is a pathway to freedom. It calls for self-re-education. You have the ability to do this. You have the tools. The power of your self-recognition is the one self. The tools are your thoughts and ideas. You can begin right now to use them.
What would I do without Reverend Paul? You can see I get lost really easily. Okay. Please repeat after me. Life is peace, joy, goodness, and love.
Life is peace, joy, goodness, and love.
I am this life.
I am this life.
It flows through me. It is all that is.
It flows through me. It is all that is.
Life is in everyone and everything.
Life is in everyone and everything.
Therefore, I am one with all people all things, all beings.
Therefore, I am one with all people, all things, and all beings.
And so it is.
That's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful?
Move. I need everybody to feel the spirit. It's time to get up. Okay, clap your hands, dance. All right. Woo. When you believe, anything is possible, right? All right, so I want you to feel it from your head down to your feet, all right? And believe. All right, here we go. Come on, you gotta clap. Anything is possible when you believe. So anything is possible when you believe. Faith can make a mountain move when you believe. I said that faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Don't you know that you can change a life when you believe? Don't you know that you can change a life when you believe? In yourself, when you believe. In yourself, when you believe. In yourself, when you believe. When you believe, gonna take a miracle when you believe. You know you're gonna make a miracle when you believe. Everything you want, you got when you believe. You want it, you got it. I said that everything you want, you got when you believe. In yourself, when you believe. When yourself, in you believe. In yourself, when you believe. In yourself, when you believe. Said, I believe in me, and I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. Sing it again. I believe in me, and I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. Again, I believe in you. I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. I believe in me. I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. In yourself, when you believe. 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 I believe in you. I believe in me. I believe in me. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. All right. I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. Anything is possible when you believe. Anything is possible when you believe. You gotta believe it. Come on now. Anything is possible when you believe. I said anything is possible when you believe. Gotta believe.
Our annual Music for the Soul concert. Thank you, Daille. So, I'm going to start off by talking about oracle cards, because we all love to pick cards, don't we? We do it a lot, right? And those of you in this room who shared the experience with me at the Gathering the Seeds of Light event a few weeks ago, you know that every morning we walked in and we picked an oracle card. And so I had a collection of oracle cards with all of these different messages. And one of them really popped out at me. I mean, it really took me aback. And of course, it was first thing in the morning, and I picked it, and it said, rebel. Now, I've never thought of myself as a rebel. I've always been more or less the person who always did what I was supposed to do. You know, I was raised in a Catholic school and taught to respect my parents and respect everything, really. Respect life, people, and so rebel. I thought, that's interesting. I wonder what that's about. I really couldn't figure it out. It also said free spirit. And when I went home later after the gathering, I started thinking about it, and a memory came up for me. After my mom's memorial service in 2016, we had a luncheon. Family and friends were there, and members of my parents' church. And there was a woman there who I grew up with, and I hadn't seen in years and years and years. And she was my sister's best friend. My sister was 18 months younger than me, so we were all very close. And this woman, her name is Patrice, she spent probably more time in our home than in her own home, because we just had a lot going on. There were a lot of children, and my parents just were very welcoming to anyone, children and animals and whomever. So she spent a lot of time in our home. And we were sitting there enjoying lunch together, and she said to me, she said, you know, I always saw you as a free spirit. And I said, really? And she said, yeah, you were always so open and always doing new things, and I really always admired that about you. I said, oh, and, you know, thank you. I didn't know what to say. So when I picked that card and later thought about it, that memory came up as well. So after the Seeds of Light gathering, and after I contemplated some of the, I don't know, the lessons that I learned and the experiences I had at that gathering, that message sort of went away from my awareness, and it came up again this week, and it surfaced in a different way, because I had a session with a woman who does something called, it's a process, a personal development process called structural thinking. I'd never heard of it, and it's by a man named Robert Fritz, and apparently it's quite well known in certain circles. He, you know, works in corporate settings and institutional settings, and then, of course, with individuals as well. And she's been a practitioner of this program and this process for years. She said for 40 years, and I'm sort of picturing her in the cradle doing this, because I don't know how she's been doing it for 40 years, but she said it several times, so I need to believe her. I think she's found the fountain of youth. But anyway, structural thinking, what is it? What she explained to me, and I read a little bit about it later on, is it's really looking at the foundational structure of the way you think. And that's really what Ernest Holmes was talking about in our reading today. That's why I chose that reading. And we talk about that a lot in religious science. And in other places, Course in Miracles, we talk about our thoughts and our beliefs, and many other spiritual traditions too. We look at our thinking and how it influences our life. And this process sort of approached it in a different way, because she asked me to prepare for this session by writing 2 stories. And one story was a story about something that I desired to happen in my life, a goal, something that I had worked toward, and it just didn't happen, And then the other story was the opposite of that. I had a success. I desired to do something, I did it, and I went on to enjoy it, really. So I'm not going to go into those stories because that's really not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the messages that she gave me after the session, because that's what really relates to our life path and how we can really achieve that freedom and that creativity that Daille was talking about in her song, which really is the message today. Our ability to choose and really realize what our choices are and our life path. So there were 3 messages, and she gave them to me. And when she gave them to me, I said, oh, those are affirmations. And she said, don't think of them as affirmations. They are statements of reality. So that's a very profound statement for me, because I think of reality in a very spiritual way. There's the reality of my oneness with God and my knowing that God is within me and I am one with Spirit. And as I am one with Spirit, all of you are as well. And so is every other being in creation. And so is every plant and animal and molecule of water on this planet and in the universe and beyond. It's all one, right? So when she said statements of reality, that's what came to my mind. I think what she was really talking about was the way you think can really determine the outcome of your life. So that story of not having realized my intention and having put a lot of energy into it and expectations and thoughts and really hopes and dreams, she was saying, if you really alter the structural foundation of the way you think, your life can be a success in many, many, many other ways. So I've been thinking of that over this past week, because this was Monday, and she said, just, when you wake up, think of these 3 statements, and, throughout the day, think of them. So I'm going to share those 3 statements with you. And when I share them, you're probably going to say, oh, I know that, because they're so simple, and we all know this. I mean, there's nothing new here. But having gone through this session, I'm seeing things in a different way, and I'm feeling a tremendous sense of liberation and rebelliousness, free-spiritedness. I don't know. But anyway, here we go, the 3 statements of reality. And the first one is, life is just life. Not groundbreaking, right? You're not like, I don't see wide-eyed looks of wonder on your faces when I say that, right? It's like, we all know that. Life is life. But if we really think about it, do we live that way, right? Are our thoughts consistent with the recognition that life just happens, and I'm okay with that, and I don't need to resist it. I don't need to, fight in my mind. I don't need to be angry. I don't need to criticize. I don't need to judge. I just need to be with life. That's all I need to do. And I started thinking about, a situation in my life or something that I know about that would illustrate this, as I'm thinking about speaking to you today. And what came up, and I've spoken a little bit about this before, is my nephew who's in the Army, and his name is Marcus. And we have a WhatsApp group, a family WhatsApp group, and he posted something there this week that sort of interested me. But I was thinking about how, he was in high school, and he decided in high school that he wanted to go into the Army. And his parents were thinking, oh, you're going to college. And they were preparing him for college. This boy was an Eagle Scout, and my brother dragged him through all of the projects to get him to complete the Eagle Scout and do his community service project. And he did it, and he became an Eagle Scout. And in his senior year, he said to his parents, I don't want to go to college. So they said, okay, you can go to community college. So he didn't say anything, but a couple more months passed, and then he comes out with, I really want to go into the Army. So you can imagine my brother and his wife, that was news to them. And it turns out he had been speaking to an Army recruiter throughout his senior year, and unbeknownst to them, and my brother and his wife, they had a choice, right? What comes up in me when I think about it, and this is what came up for all of us in the family, is, oh my God, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to put yourself in danger? That's what came up. So of course my brother and my sister-in-law, I'm sure that came up for them. But they chose a different path. They didn't resist. It was really clear that their son had put a lot of thought and energy and effort and intention into this, and there was a passion there. He was really moved to do this. So they went along with it. They didn't resist. Resist the scarf here. They met the recruiter. They met with the recruiter several times. They investigated together with my nephew, why do you want to do this? What do you want to do when you get there? And all of these different aspects. Well, he ended up being in the Army, okay, and he loves it. It's been 2 years. It was 2 years in July. He absolutely loves it. And he's so challenged, and he has so many wonderful opportunities to learn and to grow in so many different ways. It was the right path for him. So he posted something on WhatsApp just the other day that I'm leaving for Sabre J24. I'm like, what is that? I've never heard of it. I mean, his parents live in New York and I'm down here, so I hadn't heard about this. So I looked it up. It's called Sabre Junction 2024, and what it is, it's an annual gathering of thousands and thousands of troops who gather with other NATO allies, and they do training and they assess readiness for whatever, so that's where he was going. And he's stationed in Vicenza, which is right near the Middle East, right? So they're poised any time, and they've been notified. They were notified a year and a half ago, just be ready, you could be deployed. Well, he's still in Vicenza, so it's wonderful. But that all came up for me again, just the readiness and the deployment. So then he posted something else from Germany. He and his buddies were in a tent. This is Germany, right? In a tent, big tent, and with a white, red striped roof, so a lot of sunlight was coming in. There were hundreds and hundreds of people at these big, long tables, and everybody's holding these beer mugs with foam, just celebrating each other. I said, oh, he's having a good time. He's really enjoying life. So it was just wonderful to see that too. But, that first message about thinking, I don't need to be in fear, right? I don't need to resist what life wants to accomplish. That's the human part of me, just worrying about safety, and I can just go with the flow of life And it was a reminder. And I think about that a lot, especially since last Monday, because in terms of what I want out of my life, personally, and also here at CCL. I mean, now I'm being thrust into a position where, I have a vision, right? What is it? I don't know, but it's emerging. It is coming forth. So I want to flow with that. I want to be one with life and allow what wants to happen, whatever spirit is bringing forth through me and through all of you to come forth and to create and to express so that we can be the joyous, loving, expansive beings that we know we are. So that was the first message. And then the second message, really another stunner here, is I can't change what I can't change, right? We all know that, right? Many of us have heard of the Serenity Prayer, right? We've been in 12-step groups. Can't change what I can't change, not a groundbreaking concept. And it just started me thinking about if I can't change what I can't change, I can't change people, right? I can't really change circumstances. I might be able to influence. I might be able to influence people. I may be able to influence circumstances in my life. But things are what they are frequently, right? So just being in the flow, and it's very similar to that first statement, but it reminded me of the Tao. If any of you have read the Tao Te Ching, and it's often likened to a pendulum. If you think of a pendulum on a grandfather clock and it swings, right? Or any pendulum, a crystal pendulum that swings, and swings from one extreme to the other extreme, right? And it can swing for hours and hours. When it stops swinging, where is it? It's at the still point. And what is that still point? I hear an echo. That's the point we reach when we're in meditation, when we're in perfect stillness, when we're in oneness with what is, when we're in prayer. That's the still point of the Tao. So knowing that I can't change things, I can just be in harmony and peace and allow things to be. And if I try to insert my energy and my will and my intention to make something happen, and we see that a lot, and it's very, very apparent in the media right now because we have an election coming up. So we're watching all of these people posturing and pushing, and so it's very obvious, but we all do that in our own way in our personal lives. Every action has a reaction, right? So if I'm pushing this way, well, there's other people that are then pushing, they're reacting to that and pushing the other way. Can I be at the still point and just allow things to be? And listen to guidance, listen to the wisdom coming through me. And if I am to do something, I will hear the guidance because I'll be in that place of openness to spirit, right? And that's a place really of being out of our thought mind and our beliefs and being open to our inner intuition, spirit moving through us. So that was the second message. And the third message really relates to the topic that we're talking about, freedom and creativity. And it said, I have the power and the freedom to do whatever I want to do. Another groundbreaking statement, right? Of course I do. Nobody's stopping me from doing anything I want to do. But is that really true? Is that really true? I know in my life, and this came out, very poignantly in this structural thinking session this week, I know that the only person who has ever stopped me from doing anything is myself. Really, it's my thoughts and my ideas and my beliefs, and some of them I didn't know how to get out of them. And if you've ever read Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, that's a wonderful exposition of that whole process. And that book's been around for a while, but it's a wonderful, wonderful book. And he talks about how our thoughts and our beliefs can really trap us from, not only in a human sense, reaching what we want to accomplish in our life, but more importantly and more profoundly, knowing the truth of our being, knowing God, being in that oneness, right? And that's the place where we can be open, we can be full, we can be creative, and we can be in love with life, which means harmony with each other, embracing, nurturing, all of those good things. So that's my third message that I received, and I've been contemplating these all week. And then I was thinking again, well, what about that message about being the rebel and being the free spirit? So, I just keep looking at myself saying, there's some unfinished business that I want to accomplish. That one unsuccessful story that I gave to her, she wouldn't accept that story because it's something I created 10 years ago. And I haven't really brought it forth in the world. And it's still in the back of my mind, and it keeps showing up. So what's stopping me? Well, when I look at my life, and she calls this an oscillating pattern. We go back and forth, and we go back and forth. And with that particular activity, I'm in an oscillating pattern. But who's creating the pattern? It's me. It's my beliefs. It's my thoughts about my own possibilities and my own self and what is possible in the world. But I can go back to what Ernest Holmes was saying in the reading. Basically, he was saying there are infinite possibilities. I am an infinite being, right? Because I am one with God. So all things are possible. So in that spirit, I'll leave you with that message. You are an infinite being. We are all one. And all things are possible. Thank you. Yeah.
So glad how all that worked out. Thank you for that message, Reverend Christina. All right, again, it's our opportunity to please join in and be one with the Spirit. And I want you to please feel free to, again, that freedom, to move in a way that you so desire. All right, so. A time I thought I had to do it all by myself, and I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know that the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let me hear those hands. Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light, and I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
Thank you, Mike.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Of this community today, I express deep gratitude and profound appreciation for these gifts and these tithes, knowing that the strength of this community is the through each and every one of us. It flows in many ways. It flows in service, and flows in tithes, it flows in contributions, it flows in love. And we feel that, and we know that, and we recognize that right here today in these gifts and these tithes. And please join with me in saying thank you, and so it is. Thank you, Mike.
I'll say it again like I do every week. I love this prayer. I don't think we've got anybody here for the first time. Is there a birthday or an anniversary? All right, let's stand up, turn to the aisle, turn to each other. We'll send it out to Zoom also. And if you'll repeat after me. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We are a heart-centered spiritual community. We open ourselves to you in love. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous being that you are. You are a radiant point of light. We are blessed by your presence. Welcome home.
Blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
Of announcements. First of all, gratitude. Thank you. Maybe that was the reverberation. First to Reverend Paul, my partner up here. Thank you. He does a lot behind the scenes, and he really keeps things together, especially for me. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
I love you.
Yeah. Thank you. Love you too. Thank you to Jane Hobson for the beautiful reading, and also for being so flexible. And Jane knows what I mean. Just with the reading. I want to thank Reverend Ken on Zoom. He's our new moderator in the Zoom community. Thank you. And those of you who have not been at our service through Zoom, and I am one of those people, but I know that the moderator runs sort of a chat room after the service, so he moderates that as well. So thank you, Reverend Ken. And of course, Daille, and the beautiful music. And Daille coordinates so beautifully with the theme of the service. And when I come here, and especially when I'm doing the talk, there are bits and pieces that come out in the music that inspire me, and that I forget that I told her about. But she remembers it comes through in the music. She just does such a beautiful job of, integrating with the message. So I'm just grateful for that. Thank you, Daille.
You're welcome.
And all of you who are here in the morning creating this beautiful sacred space. This beautiful altar that we have here today. I want to thank Tricia for that. Thank you. She does our 5th Sundays. and set up. Everything you see in the back, all of those tables and all of the various things that are on those tables, including our Sunday program. Jane and Bob set that up, so thank you, both of you. And they're very devoted. They're here almost every Sunday, both of them. So I am very grateful. Thank you. Paula's on refreshments, and it looks like a beautiful spread back there. So I'm not going to belabor our announcements. I'm going to be pretty quick because I want all of us to go back and just have some community time together and imbibe in Paula's goodies. Thank you, Paula. Mike and Keturah, thank you for your ushering. Thank you. Appreciate your sensitivity there. Jason over here, pastoral support. All right. Jason is over there serving our Zoom community, so as I am speaking the announcements, he's putting them in the chat, sometimes with links to various programs, classes, or concerts. So it's an essential part of our whole team here. And that brings me to the media team. Today we have Marty really running the show, and he is our media team leader, so thank you, Marty, and Keith on camera for our Zoom community, and Reverend Paul is a part of that team as well. And our treasurer, John, is normally sitting there, but he's on vacation this week, and Reverend Catherine and, of course, Wayne are off this weekend as well. But Wayne is still on the job because we all got an email from him early this morning, so he's very, yeah. So thank you, all of you, for making this beautiful service possible. Okay, fall classes. We have foundations class starting September 10th. It's running on Tuesdays, and it's going to be ending before the holidays, so it's running consecutively on Tuesdays from September 10th to December 17th. And you can check your newsletter about that, and you can call or email the CCL office. Next week, we will have a link for registration in our newsletter, but for now, it's just an announcement. If you haven't taken that class, everything in the reading today, and there are so many foundational principles from Science of Mind that were in that reading, we covered them in depth in Foundations class, those and more. And if you haven't taken the class, it's highly recommended. It started me on my spiritual path, and here I am today. I don't know how I got here, but I started there. I did start there. And Reverend Paul and I will be co-facilitating the class as well, so it'll be a lot of fun. And I mentioned earlier, the CCL Annual Music for the Soul Community Concert. This is our second year operating this concert, so I invite all of you to go to your newsletter or go to our website and purchase a ticket or a few tickets. All of our musicians will be there. Daille, Miss Marcy, and Will. Jan won't be there, so a little bit of a contradiction. She has another engagement, but Ginger, of course, Deb, and Stephen Wise will be there as well. Did I cover everybody?
I think that was everyone.
Yeah, good. So we had a great time last year. It was just a beautiful event. So I invite all of you to come. It'll be in the same place, the beautiful River House, right on the Delaware River, where we were last year. So it's in Palmyra. So I hope you'll all be there. Oh, and another aspect, if you're interested in doing some in-service, contributing to our community, there are sign-up sheets to help us set up the event the day before and the day of, so that's an either-or situation, and also to help with refreshments. We're sort of doing a semi-potluck. We do have a charcuterie spread, which Paul is arranging for, and he'll be bringing some of his specialty foods, dips and different things, but we're inviting all of you, or some of you who are moved to do so, to bring some finger food, kind of food, nothing hot, nothing that needs to be cooked. And there are sign-up sheets in the back for the refreshments and also for helping with setup. So that's that. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything. Mini Mondays, we've been talking about them. They're on a sabbatical until October 7th. And Miss Bobby Miles here, she's the creator of bringing back Mini Mondays, and they've been very popular. They started, I think, in the spring, right? And they've been happening every first Monday, and they'll continue on October 7th. And Reverend Ken will give an introduction to A Course in Miracles. And then on November 4th, Joanne Holmes will be talking about the process of transitioning from this life into the next. And November 4th is right near All Souls Day, what we know as All Souls Day, where, we think of that veil being very thin between, life on earth and eternal life. So she is studying to be a death doula, so she has a lot of wisdom and insight. And she also, those of you who don't know her, she was really the major support for me for several years in my caregiving activities with Reverend Al. So she's a very wise soul with a very, very big heart. So I invite you to that as well on November 4th. And then December 7th, our own Holly Myers will talk about essential oils and healing with essential oils. Essential oils heal body, mind, spirit, and I know that well because I use them all the time. And I've studied them, so I invite you to that as well. There'll be more information later. They're all on Zoom, except the essential oils. That needs to be in person, so. I mentioned earlier, I'll just quickly mention, we have a new All CCL master link, so if you want to get into any of our electronic media sites, so social media, Instagram, Facebook, our YouTube channel, our website, whatever, you can just go into that one link and it'll take you everywhere. So it really simplifies everything. You don't need to be looking around for different links, I guess. All right. And tomorrow night we have a Course in Miracles study group with Reverend Ken Davis. So you're invited to that. And the CCL annual picnic, September 21st. It's at 12:30. We invite you to that. We have that every year, and Marty is putting it together with Reverend Paul. It's always a lot of fun. It's very, very casual, shorts and flip-flops, and, bring potluck food and bring your guitars or your drums or your games or your costumes, whatever you want to do, or just bring yourselves and have fun. It's in Smithtown Park in East Hampton, and speak to Marty for more information. And if you missed last week's Sunday service, Reverend Paul gave a great talk. You can catch that on our YouTube page. And I think that's it. Oh, just one quick reminder, CCL's agreement with the community center. I just wanted to mention that there are people in this room, and Reverend Paul is one of them, who really need to pay attention to our agreement with the community center that we exit the building at 12 noon. And so it's nothing that you need to worry about. It's just if, Reverend Paul or other people ask us to start cleaning up and moving out, we're trying to be honorable about that for our agreement. So just to be aware of it. But you don't need to do anything because he'll be there and other people will be there. And he takes care of everything. All right, let's circle up.
Was it perfect, imperfect? We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the love, we let the love wash it be. We let the peace, we let the peace wash over us. We let it be.
Together with each other in fellowship and communion, we carry the messages of the service with us, the messages that are really the divine within us, speaking to us individually and collectively, of love and harmony and oneness, the truth of our being, that we are one with God, that there is no separation. And if we're feeling separation, we know it is only because our thoughts and our beliefs may be creating a barrier for us. And we have tools, and we know that we can dissolve that barrier for oneness and peace and love. The Spirit that is God is always available to us, and we know this right here and right now. And this is the message that we carry with us here today. And with that recognition, we say together, thank you, and so it is.
Thank you, and so it is.
Yeah.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Life is in my body. Life is in my body. Life is in my mind. Life is in my mind. Life is in my feelings. Life is in my feelings. Life is in all my activities. Life is in all my activities. I receive it. I receive it. I share it. I share it. I am it. I am it. And I accept it. I accept it. How? Just the way that it is. Thank you, life. Thank you, life. In accepting all these wonderful gifts, we say, yes! Happy Sunday.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Zoom. I hope you enjoyed the service. I know we had a few sound challenges, but we're working on it. Can everyone hear me, by the way?
Yes, Reverend Ken, thank you so much. And Renee, actually the sound on my end was good.
Yes, well, it was good on my end too, but we need to figure out how to make sure everyone can hear you.
Absolutely. Sometimes you have to figure, I'm sorry, my voice goes in and out right now.
Right now is in.
Yeah, right now is in. Okay.